Hello friends, happy Saturday. Hope you're all having a great day. I had found out that a couple of neighbors of mine recently had a birthday, and one of them is today. And this is another reason why I love Chalk Couture so very much. You can make a birthday gift very, very quickly and easily. So I've gotten some things together and we're going to go for it pretty quick. So let me show you my desk and we'll get right to it. There we go. So hopefully the camera angles are a little bit better today. I did spend a little bit of time working on it. I have this great rack that holds my phone over my desk, but I guess things were just a little bit too far away. So today we're going to be working with some ink. I have a new color, Couture Coral and Bright White, and I have my squeegees, and then the transfer is going to be Choose Happy. It's fairly large, and beneath it I have a black tote bag, and I've already set the ink mat inside, so we're just gonna, I've plugged in my iron. So I'm just going to break into this and chalk this and set it, and it'll be all set for my gift for my neighbor. I also have another one that I want to do because I did mention that there were 2 birthdays. So I have this little canvas bag, and I was thinking about putting Life is Good on that. It zips up just enough to take a couple of things with you on the go. And this particular neighbor's birthday was a few days ago, and I just found out about it. But she walks quite a bit in the neighborhood, so I thought it might be nice for her to have her keys, or maybe a mask, or just anything that she wants to carry with her. So I'm going to load that up with some stuff and walk it down to her. So hopefully we can get through both of them. This one is, the young lady is a mom, busy mom. She has 2 children, and I thought it might be best for her to have a bag because, when you have little kids, you always got stuff. And then I know that she's a big beach goer in the summer, so I don't know if she'd want a black bag in the summertime, but I figured I could practice and I would be able to give her a little treat. They are great neighbors. I really love their family and the girls. All right, I'm just trying to, I'm not sure what the bottom of this does, so it probably opens up. So I think that's pretty good. Again, because we're going on, I don't know why I'm getting shadows, guys. Sorry about that. I don't know. When you're going to go and work on fabric, like we are today, you don't need to fuzz your transfer. So I'm just going to mark it, so after I watch it, I know what I'm doing. And I thought that I would do Choose in white and Happy in the coral color, if I can get this to peel off the back. So what are you guys doing on your Saturday? I have high hopes to get Christmas taken down today, and I did start, but it started with putting together my new vacuum that I bought for myself for Christmas, and using it, and then mopping all the floors and getting the bathrooms together, and all that wonderful stuff you gotta do. that we procrastinate, or at least I do. This is going to go pretty quick, but you do need to still do the same precautions. You want to make sure that this is centered. I think I'm a little to the right. Yeah. I think that looks a little bit better. And then I just kind of go right around that silk screen area, because that's where you want it to stick. And then we're going to dry it with our iron, and we're going to heat set it. So I just want to check and make sure this is a new ink, this Couture Coral. So sometimes there's an inner seal inside there. Yep, that's what I thought. So we need to take this off, and I have just a little, I find this is easiest than trying to pull it up. I get as close to that rim as I can, and I just use my X-Acto safety knife here. Kind of lean into it, cut it off carefully, and then I kind of scrape back in. That's a very happy color, isn't it? Oh, dag nabbit. I knew I'd get it all over my hands. Okay, I'm showing this because this can be a bit of a mess. So when you're getting ready to work with it, you always want to make sure that you have clean hands. So I'm just going to put my hands in the water really quick, get it off. Otherwise it will go exactly where you do not want it to go, and it will ruin your project. I think I'm good. Well, maybe not. And the other thing you got to be mindful of is you can't rush through this stuff. It does go very quickly, but you just can't rush it. Otherwise, you'll be sorry. And I have been sorry more times than I'd like to count. And I really, really, really need a manicure. But, okay. So I don't want to reach over. So I'm just going to, as big as this desk is, I never have enough room. Isn't that always the way? All right, I'm just going to cap this gently, and I'm going to send it on the side because I don't want to reach across to get to that. And then when we're ready for it, I'll just grab it. Okay, so this is my favorite white ink. I absolutely love this stuff. And I'm so glad that my jar is holding up through the holidays, because I've had it for close to a year, but it goes out of stock quite a bit because it's very popular. So we have our wet wipe, we have clean hands, got our white, and here we go. So I just kind of like to follow with a little, I mean, I've seen some people glop it on the end, pull it all the way through. I seem to have a little bit of a cleaner experience, just kind of putting it where it needs to go, sort of, in a messy manner. Hang on. And then grabbing the squeegee. I hope you can see good. Someone will have to let me know if this is better than it was before. See, by doing it that way, I just have a neater application This is going to come off when we wash it, but with some colors of ink, like dark colors, like reds, boy, they will stain your transfer, but it doesn't prevent them from working well. All right. So there's our white put to the side. I also have my heat gun plugged in right beside me so we can dry this. And the best way to attack this is one letter at a time. And this is fresh ink, one of my favorite things. And that happy, happy color. So these kind of gotta go back and forth a little bit just because it is a black bag. I wished I had a natural canvas one, but I didn't. It's okay. And as you can see, I'm just taking that excess and I'm going right to the next. It's a good size transfer. And this tote bag has pockets on the opposite side, so she'll be able to tuck all her treasures in there, or what she needs to take on the go. And I don't know if you guys knew this about me, but I was a card maker for years. I still am a card maker. And I've been cleaning up because they've been working on the house. Had a 100-foot tree crash into my house back in August, so I've had a chance to go through some things. I just want to get the top of that P there. Anyway, I found a bunch of cards that I had made, and I used to make a lot of birthday cards. So, squeegee just goes in the water. I'm going to close up the ink as best we can. It doesn't want to sit in there for some reason. Okay, there we go. Okay, and now is the big reveal. So what you should do is you should pull this up slowly. I'm going to check my fingers. And any place that you might have missed, you can put it back down. But I think yeah, it's pretty good. A little bit there, but it's not too bad. And I'm just going to stick this to the edge of my table because it's a little bit bigger than my water basin. And I'm going to find my favorite paintbrush, which is a round tip, very small brush. I'm sorry, I don't know sizes. I'm sure it's on there. I don't know if you can see all that, but it's on there. And I find that I have better success. Whoop, that just fell. I'll pick that up. I have better success when I am going to just dab. Hang on one second. I have these clamps on my desk. Okay, that'll hold it up. So all I'm going to do to kind of fix this before I set it, you don't want to brush stroke it, you just kind of want to dab with a little tiny bit of ink, a little bit at a time, kind of building it up. And I have gotten pretty good at fixing things. It's a learning curve. And also, I'm kind of a perfectionist, so I want things just so. And when you're working on fabric especially, things are always going to look a little bit distressed. It's just the nature of it. I mean, I don't care what kind of silkscreen stencil you decided to put down. But if you dab, it's a little better. So I think that looks pretty good. Paintbrush quickly in the water. Then we're going to cap this ink and I'm going to dry it and then I'm going to heat set it. And then this will be done. Hi Danielle. Hi. I got all your bags ready for you. They're downstairs. I'm so excited. They came out really, really good. Thanks for stopping by. Hi, Evelyn. How you doing? I hope the weather is warmer where you are. So all I do is, this is an old heat embossing tool. You could use a hair dryer. And the only reason I speed it up is because I want to be able to set it pretty quickly. But I think she'll get a kick out of this. She's a very happy person. And since I was so excited to find all of the cards I had made, I've already got a birthday card somewhere in that box, so fine, I'll pick out a good one for her. Yeah, I like to keep up with what's going on in the neighborhood, and I did not know that these two gals, who I see all the time, were having birthdays 2 days apart. Like today is the one neighbor's, and then 2 days ago was 2 doors down. So I've got to get a better way to keep track of this stuff. Facebook should be reminding me, no? Terrible. I mean to be better, but I'm just not. Okay, so that's a good overall dry. The only other thing we have to do is we've got to set it. So I need my parchment paper. Whoop. Which is just a little bit bigger of a piece than I normally would need because this bag is pretty big. I'll go like that. It's regular old parchment. And they do recommend that you kind of do it on both sides, but I gotta say, I never have. Like a t-shirt I would, but like this would be difficult to kind of get out. So I'm going to pull out my ink mat. That's just a sticky mat to kind of help things from not shifting. Oh, I like it. Came out cute. Alright. And then this just goes right on top. And you don't have to have a fancy, I have a Cricut mini heat press. They make them in all sizes. If you have one, you can use it, but you don't need to. You just need a dry iron to set this. And, you know, just move it around. The important thing is no water in the iron. So, like, this one is, I think these go, I don't know, the bigger ones have a temperature setting. And I've heard some people say they like set it 305 for 30 seconds. And then it's great. And then you can launder this just like anything. Matter of fact, so I was getting on a roll here. Very windy, huh? Cool weather. It was supposed to be nicer here today than it actually has come to be. Oh, my favorite paintbrush just hit the floor. I'll have to pick that up. But can I tell you, I was so happy. They enclosed the roof, and instantly it was warmer upstairs. My closet had been freezing for months on end, and my electric bills were horrible. So I'm really, really hopeful that now that they've come this far, they've got the dormer reattached, they're re-insulated, and the hole in the roof is gone, and they've got it shingled. They still have to put on some siding on the dormer itself, but I believe they had to go get it. So that'll be next week with drywall and such. But we're getting close to it being done, which really, believe me, I'm excited. It's been a long time. Okay. Now you can tell when you're done ironing because it's not sticking at all. So there is our bag. And I think it's pretty vibrant, and I really kind of like it. So since we're on a roll, why don't we do the other one? I think I'm going to do, I like this on the black. I think that's very positive covers. It's a nice size tote bag too. I think she'll really like it. I hope she'll use it. And then on the other side, it has pretty deep pockets. I'll hold it up. You can see the little box. So on the one side, she's got the nice message, and on the other, the pockets. I think that's cool. All right, I love it. So we're going to set that over. And then I'll let you guys help me pick. And I gave Danielle one of these, so, you know, maybe she can tell me. I have them in two colors. So I have these little canvas purses. This is the canvas colored one, and this is the black one. So what I wanted to do was put this on here, Life is Good, for my other friend. But I like how those colors that I just used. So I think I'm going to do the black one because it looks so good. What do you think? Okay. So I had previously cut a part of our ink mats down 4 little spaces like this. Now, I don't know if it's really going to matter, but I'm going to tuck it in there, and I know it's hard to see because it's black. But I'm just going to do it on the outside, I think, on this one. Yeah, and below the zipper. Hopefully that'll fit. Yeah, okay. All right, so here's a fresh transfer, and this is a size A transfer. So these are about $5.99. And then whenever you get a transfer, no matter what you're doing, you always got to label it. So this is Life is Good. And I always draw an arrow for what's the top of the transfer backer. I got asked a question about that the other day. I'm not the best liner upper. After they're washed, it's tough for me. So we do not have to fuzz, but what I do like to do, especially with things that are maybe a little stronger fabric, the iron's on anyway. So I just kind of give it a run over quickly. I don't want to do too much because I've got that sticky paper in there. And then I'm going to peel this. Hi, Evelyn. So, how you feeling, Evelyn? You good? Everything good? Danielle, Evelyn is my aunt. Oh, and Evelyn, you need to meet Danielle. Danielle is my LuLaRoe lady. And she has a great group. I know sometimes you're looking for pieces of LuLaRoe, and she would ship to you with no problem. Danielle Evelyn is my aunt. So maybe that'll help you. So now I'm stuck. What to do, what color? Isn't that terrible? When I get presented with too many decisions, my brain shuts off. I don't know why. All right. Yeah, it's funny because I was just talking with this neighbor just yesterday when I got home. So I'm just kind of going over that silk screen area to make sure we got good adhesion so there's nothing going to bleed. Alright, so we'll do life in white. Life is in white and good in the coral, I think. And then I was saying I was trying to keep up with goings on in the neighborhood, and unfortunately I have to drop off a sympathy card because one of my neighbors that I have not met yet, but I did know her husband, lost her husband on Tuesday. So my neighborhood really holds each other up, so I want to make sure that I, get some details and drop off a card. I think, when we were going through all of our loss and grief, all those cards. Hi, Lila. It was very the support that I got from my neighborhood was fantastic, and I wouldn't have made it through without it. So, I mean, every day I'm still. You go through it for a very long time, probably the rest of my life, to be honest. But I'm back to functioning. But this neighborhood, some really amazing, amazing people. And these two ladies that I'm making the things for were a big part of getting me through that rough time, getting me through my recent health problems. Yeah. So when I found out it was birthdays and I didn't even know, I was like, well, I've got to do something. And then when I found out with the poor neighbor that lost her husband around the corner, I at least want to send a card. Okay. Oh, this neighborhood is amazing, Lila. Taking therapy and not have been in the water yet. Evelyn. Okay, here's the big reveal. I'm going to push it up. My little canvas bag. Oh, it bled. Dagnabbit. All right. Well, I might be able to fix it. Let's see. It's hard with ink, but sometimes if you get the Lysol wipe in there, I'm looking for this one little tool I have, and I thought I was so careful. That's because I had big plans for this. Had I not made big plans for this, and it was something, oh, you're fine, Evelyn, no worries. Had I not made big plans for this, it would not have bled. That, because this is the story of my life. But you can. What will take it up is a little bit of hand sanitizer. And I just, oh, I have some right here. Let's see if it works. Oh, it's working. Okay, so that's the trick. Before it's heat set, get some liquid hand sanitizer. And I'm using the detail tool. And I'm just trying to, where it bled a little bit. I mean, I'm certainly not going to be able to fix it all, but I can certainly make it better. And so this hand sanitizer, it happens to be Mrs. Meyer's. It smells really good. And it's a liquid form. This is pretty dry, so I'm just gonna try and take it up. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. But I'm basically cleaning up where it bled. And with ink, it's usually a goner. But this seems okay. Like I say, every time I get on here to share a project, I learn something. I learn a project. I learn, you know, how to save something, and I get better. So that's the important thing, I think. I wonder why it decided to bleed there, though, because that was a brand new transfer. And my white's pretty good everywhere else. But I will say, you know, if you're working with this chalk, you cannot be a perfectionist. Because I kind of am, like with making cards and things. And, you know, I will scrap it. With this, it's more of a distressed kind of look that you want to go for. At least that's my experience. Okay, I think that's a lot better because I can go back with my favorite paintbrush and clean it up even more. What do you think, Lila? Did I save it? Lila is my upline. With Chalk Couture. So Evelyn, if you are looking for something, LuLaRoe, Danielle is your girl. Danielle is your girl. She will find it. All right, so you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to dry it. And then I'm going to go back over it. And sometimes, you know, like you have to layer things more than once. Like if you want to, like this is a very, very dark. You talk to Margaret, she's 92. You know, I think I saw that she was having her 92nd birthday. How do I say this delicately? My mom has been in a mood with me lately. She's doing all right. She's feeling good, but she's just been in a mood. But I will tell her, because I believe that I have a phone number for Aunt Margaret, and I know my mom, maybe that's the lift she needs. Like, you know, she would, if she could speak to her, that'd be awesome. Aunt Margaret's had a tough year. Is she living with, is it Katie? I know since Uncle Morris passed that she's, you know, been with one of her children, but I always kind of mess up which one. Okay, remember, do the pounce. You don't want to do the brush stroke, even though it's tempting. You'll have better success if you just kind of come at it vertically up and down. At least that's been my experience. Yeah, after I cleaned that up, it just wasn't quite as vibrant as I would have liked it to be. And since this is a gift, and I heard a designer say, if it bothers you, you should fix it. So, I'm fixing it. I'm just going to crisp up that little line there as well. So Lila, you like my hand sanitizer trick with ink? Did you know about that one? I'm sure you did. Lila's been crafting forever. I messed up big one day and I just tried it and it worked. And this is all it is. This is the Mrs. Meyer's Clean Day hand sanitizer. It smells wonderful. I just put it, you know, you can do it with a detail tool or like a little paintbrush. And like I want to try and clean that up a little bit underneath. And I guess the alcohol in it is what's helpful. I also have to leave well enough alone too. Yeah, well, I messed up big one day, and I had put so much time and effort into it that I wasn't about to junk the canvas, which I was going to have to do. It can't do everything, but it helps a little bit. It's enough to get you by. Yeah, I mean, it looks handmade, but that's okay, right? It's the thought. Is this one of those things? I mean, I think it's cute, but what else can I ink on, Laurel? Oh my goodness. Well, I do t-shirts quite frequently. I do ceramic, like mugs. I actually have used inks on actual artist canvases. I've had good success with that. Anything ceramic, you know, that you want to bake and be able to wash. She sold her house and now lives in a small corner of the basement of Sharon's home. Okay, I wasn't sure if it was Sharon or Katie. Thank you. Yeah, just send me, Evelyn, you have my phone number too, so if you just want to text it to me or whatever's easier, I will let Mom know. She'll definitely want to call. You can ink on practically anything. You can make pillows, t-shirts, anything fabric you can think of. I actually saw a pattern that I was wanting to make some new curtains, like maybe out of canvas, and then put the pattern at the bottom. I mean, the sky's the limit between the chalk and the ink. I just found these little bags at Hobby Lobby, and I thought they were perfect, like to keep your mask in. I know that sounds crazy, but that's what I bought it for. Keep your mask in it. And maybe your keys or whatever. So we don't need as much space, so yeah, that's how I did all those mugs. And at Christmas time, I had a bunch of mugs, and they're ceramic. And, you know, the transfers stick pretty well. So all I did was I did my inking, and I let it dry by itself as much as possible. And oh, let me tell you, the hand sanitizer, that's probably where I first figured it out. Like if you have a little bleeding or something that you want to clean up, that you can do it right there on the ceramic, and it works really good with that and a Q-tip. But anyway, and then you just put it in the oven. After it needs about 24 hours to kind of sit. And I had just cut out, I was doing a lot. I was doing some for my staff. And I would just bake them 12 at a time, you know, kind of like laid over so the design would show. And I think I put it up to like, put them in the oven, turn the oven on to 350. I'll have to look up the temperature again because I haven't done them in a while. Let it bake, come up to temperature and bake at 350 for like 20 minutes, and then turn the oven off and let them set until the oven was completely cool. And then take them out, and then they can go through the dishwasher and everything else. Okay, so here is our little satchel, I'm going to call it. I mean, it's okay, it's not perfect, but we really saved it on the is, and I think that the recipient's really going to like it. And it's cute, little crossbody. And I think I have another jar of this. I might stick it inside with a little mask on the zippered part. Big zippers on the back. Your phone would fit in here for sure. Your phone would fit in here for sure. Yep. Where's my hand? There's tons of stuff. So I just need to tuck a little something in there and find some cards. But if you guys aren't bored yet, I did want to do a t-shirt. Since I got everything out, I might as well sit here and do it. What do you think? I'm in favor of washing everything all together. Okay, so we have a transfer that I made Danielle, who was here. I did her a whole series of bags, which Danielle, if you're still here, let me know if you're going to be around this weekend, because I want to make sure that you get them so you can get things set up for yourself. Anywho, this was one of the transfers that we used on the It's a heart background. So basically you're chalking the background, not the word. Okay, so that was kind of cool to do, because usually you do it the other way. So when I was doing this, I put it on some bags that I would show it to you, but it's downstairs, unfortunately, waiting for pickup or drop off. And I was thinking about it, and I'm like, you know what? I need to put that heart on a t-shirt. So I happen to have a t-shirt in a pink color. So I think that's what we're going to do. Since I got the ink out. So Hobby Lobby had t-shirts on sale a couple weeks back. I thought this would be big enough to fit. And I like that one a lot. I thought it was really cute. So all I'm going to do is take my t-shirt. I'm going to try and get this big old mat in here. And I invited some of you today, I think. I'm trying to grow my page a little bit. I did invite some of you to the page. If you wouldn't mind, you know, liking it and maybe sharing it out with your friends. If you know someone that might be interested in what we're doing over here. I also have a group where there's more private instruction, and that's where I do my sales and things when they come up. Okay, and that's Laurel's VIPs. That's up at the top. Okay, so thankfully, I like big oversized t-shirts personally, and I don't know why there's this. I think that's the camera hanging over my desk. So I'm going to give it a real quick. I don't want to heat it up too much, but the iron's there. So I thought that would just be really cute, just in white, so that the love part would be the pink on the t-shirt. And I want to come down. I'm wearing a t-shirt, so I'm trying to see where. Yeah. So this is another way that you can use these. I've done this on wood, on a bag, and now a t-shirt. So you can use them and use them and use them. Put my glasses back on so I can line this up properly. Okay, the tip I would give you is you want to run your figure over all those green parts, especially when you're doing, you want to make sure you get that edge, because there's not a lot of it. Like over here, this is pretty narrow, and I'm messy. So what I might do is take a piece of our placement tape, if it's right here where it's supposed to be, where, like, you know, nothing ever is. Oh, mercy, it is. Unbelievable. And anywhere where I think that I might get a little bit close to the edge, like I can see me doing it, I'm just going to help myself out. Give myself a little bit more room. Because I'm a mess. And I hope it's straight. That's all I can say. This helps it stick down too, and you know, when you're working with ink too, you got to be careful because, you know, I always say you got to be careful, and then I do it to myself, right? What do I do with the ink? Take on. What do I do with it? Oh, covered it right up. All right. So what you're gonna do, you don't want to see any bubbles in this area. So I try to look at it from a bunch of angles before I do it. But I think this will be cute, little shirt for me to run around the house in. Oh no. Boop. All right. So I'm going to use a little bit of a larger squeegee just to help me get through this a little bit easier. It's just like paste, so anything that you don't use, you know, you just squeegee it off, goes right back in the jar. And I don't know why, but this ink, the white's pretty thick, the black's kind of thin. So especially when I'm working with black ink, oh, I really tape it. See? Did you see that move? Dang it. I hope it's okay. It might be. Should be stuck down underneath to my board, to my ink mat, and then also you just gotta, I tend to rush. My normal pace is very, very fast when I'm working on things and I can kind of see the project. I have to make myself slow down. This is fast anyway. What am I rushing from? Okay, then I just kind of go back over it. And anywhere that, you know, when you're dealing with fabric, anywhere that looks a little pink, because, you know, the fabric's going to soak it up, I go back over. Yep, see? I know when I'm watching other people do it, I'm like, oh, don't forget that corner. I'm talking to the screen for him. Okay. I think that's pretty good. So the rest is going to go back in the jar. And then that's going to go in there. Then we're going to cap it loosely, and I do have another squeegee here if I need it. Pulling my tape up. I didn't even need it, see? But I would have rather have had it than not. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to pull up kind of slow just to see if I missed anywhere that I want to go back over. There's a little spot right there. Can see it on the outside of the screen. I wonder why. That might be what paintbrushes are for. Yep. Okay, and then that's going to go in the water. And I'm going to find my paintbrush. There it is. And that little spot right there, I'm just going to dab until it looks the way I want it to. It's probably the fourth or fifth time I've used that transfer, and I've cleaned it pretty well every time. But I wanted to make a shirt. I thought it would be so cute. Okay. I don't see anywhere else, so I think we're good. Gonna cap that up. And I am gonna dry it a little bit before I try and pull that mat out. This is where I'm at. This is where I blow it every time. Let me take a sip of this water. You know, I don't know if y'all have ever heard of these guys, or if you've seen these water bottles that actually measure out how much your intake is, and it gives you like time of day to have drank so much water by. I'm really bad with water, but since I got this water bottle, I'm drinking my water, and I will tell you that I do feel a lot better when I get my water in. So I try and drink 64 ounces a day. It's 2 of those. And since I've been able to do that consistently, I don't know if my medicine's working better or what. I do feel much, much better. So I recommend, if you can find one of those that appeals to you, that you try it out. Okay, I'm gonna pull this up. I'm gonna keep my hand under the design while I take out the mat. Oh, it's cute. It's not done yet, but it's cute. Okay. Try and smooth it out. We're going to get our paper back, our parchment paper back. And we are going to heat set it on both sides. So I'm just going to take my time. So what do you think about the water? I know when I get it in, boy, it makes a huge difference. And they have all kinds of ones. This one I particularly like because it has kind of a straw that gets all the way to the bottom, and it's built into the bottle itself, and it's very easy to clean. Oh good, I'm glad I got to make my t-shirt. I need to get some smaller size t-shirts so I can make some for other people, not just chunkies like me. I like that. You know, I don't even notice it now. And once you iron this stuff in, like I'll show you, like we just fixed a spot on this t-shirt. Okay, so probably needs a little more. Just because you remember how I said, like, you can tell you're done that it's set if the paper doesn't stick. So it's, I mean, it's treated, not stick, but we kind of want it to come up on its own, you know. Yeah, there it goes. Much better. Okay, so I can't even tell. So now with this, with t-shirts that I do. Hi, Noreen. We're making a bunch of stuff. So Andrea and Christy both had a birthday on me, and I didn't know it. So I just made them some bags. And I figured while I had all the stuff out, I'd make that t-shirt I was talking about. So I just flipped the t-shirt inside out. And I'm just gonna heat set this. And I think this would be real cute. Just trying to get my placement on this side. Yeah, good. Yeah, this is the third project. And I started taking Christmas down. I have to do it in phases. Okay, sorry for the crinkle, but you can reuse this paper, so I like to. I'll show you this. Noreen, Evelyn, and Danielle were here. Okay, so there's my pink t-shirt with my love on it. What do you think, guys? I like it. I really like it. So I'll be happy to wear that. And then the other things that we made. This is a little, it's hard to see on the black background, but this is one of those little zipper pouches. I made this for Christy. Life is good. Yeah. We had to fix it, but I can't really tell where we fixed it. And then today is Andrea's birthday. So Christy's birthday was 2 days ago, and I just found out about it. And then, thank you. And then this I made for Andrea. This is a big tote bag. And it says Choose Happy on it. And then on the other side, it has pockets. You know, with two little ones. I figure she's got a lot going on. So we're just finishing up because I've got to wrap this stuff and find some cards and drop them off because I'm already late. So thanks very much for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed the projects. And if you would be so kind as to like and follow my page here, because I'm always doing something, and maybe share it with a friend. And you know, if somebody you know might have an interest, I do have a website. It's on the business page where you are, and I'll see you next time. Evelyn, text me the phone number, okay? Because I'll make sure that Mom calls. All right. See you later, everybody. Thank you.